Hey guys, Ultimate here, working on Restoration G, and we are going to be installing a new intake. Let's begin. So one of the very first things I want to do here is I want to remove the mass airflow sensor first, and I'll explain in a little bit. So I'm going to just pop this off. There we go. And we have two Phillips heads to see if we can remove those. I got a better idea. I'm going to take this off as a piece because I think I have to reuse it anyway, and we'll go from there. So let's start by loosening these. These are 10 mils. Breaking them while they're still attached so that when we separate it, it'll come off easier. There you go. There, and another one right here. All right, these are all cracked. And this up. And this one here is up. I tried, man. Pull this up. It's funny. So we have a 10 mil right here. That's up. Now, I'm gonna actually pop these open too. Get my little tool here and pull it up. That's out. Pull up and out. Oh, okay, she came out. That's good enough. Bam. All right. Next thing we're gonna do is loosen this here. Just like that. All right. Yeah, I'll back it up. We're just gonna pull up, and she comes out. That's one big piece. All right. Oh. Now we're gonna remove these 10 mils. Remember, we already broke them, so they should come right out. And she comes out as one piece, just like that. All right. Now that we got the mass airflow sensor out, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna get some mass airflow sensor cleaner. Not something you have to do, but anytime I put a new intake in, I like to just get some mass airflow sensor cleaner to make sure that this is working properly. So give me a second. Mass airflow sensor cleaner here. My label is completely destroyed, but you want to use this if you're ever going to try to clean your mass airflow sensor. Don't use brake cleaner or anything. This stuff is a sensitive material. So just like this, I'm gonna give it a couple squirts, about 10 squirts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And what we're gonna do here is, while we're working on putting the other stuff together, we're gonna wait about 20 minutes to let this thing air dry. Since you sprayed in there, just get a paper towel and wipe out the outside. You don't want any dirt or anything going inside the engine when we reassemble this. Clean the lip off. I'm gonna place this somewhere, hopefully in sunlight. I'm gonna give it about 20 minutes, and then we'll reinstall this. All right, I'm gonna get my flat head here. We're gonna just loosen this up. 10 mil, holding the box in right here. Little trick you can do here is get a little bit of WD-40. I'm just gonna, just like that, nothing crazy, not a lot. And we're gonna open this up like this, pull it back, and with our flat head here, look at that, good old WD-40 always does the job. And now this whole thing should come out, and she's out. And the last piece you want to remove here is this air box silencer. Come on out, baby. Old box head 10. Thought this thing was getting ready to come out. There's another 10 millimeter right down there that holds it in on the corner. Let me try to get that out too. Okay, there's some dead space down here. I'm using a little 1/4 inch wrench. I'll show you when I get it out. And she's up and out. The last thing we're going to do before we get the new intake, I'm going to clean the throttle body. I'm supposed to use throttle body cleaner. I don't have any, so I'm gonna use my mass airflow sensor cleaner. Shouldn't hurt anything. It's safe on delicate electronics. And just gonna wipe up in here like this, just like that. Not a lot. It's actually not that dirty. Another thing you can do is push this in slightly, slowly, and get a toothbrush in here. Give me a second. Okay, and now again I'm just gonna spray it. Get a toothbrush in here and start cleaning her up. Notice I'm not completely putting it in the open position. You don't want to damage anything. And now I'm just gonna close it like that. Hit it one more time just to clean up around the edges again. And what's good is all that soot and stuff is coming right out. So it wasn't that dirty to begin with, but now she's super clean. We can finally move on to our intake. And I will be installing a Stillen cold air intake on my G35. Okay, so the main things we need to understand that the aftermarket intake does better than the stock air intake is that we get higher airflow, we have more surface area to receive better airflow, we have a Venturi or velocity stack / Venturi ring to increase how much airflow we can get, how fast we can get air into the system. We have non-baffling couplers. We have non-restrictive piping that helps go straight to the throttle body. And lastly, we have something called a heat shield, where this keeps the hot air away from the air filter, while also still allowing any area where cool air can hit the air filter is designed. These are all the things that a intake system does that makes it better than a stock air intake system. All right. Okay, so let us start pre-installing everything here. I got my air filter. I'm gonna lay it like this, the metal side down, kind of like to hide this at the bottom of the intake. I mean, at the bottom of the engine bay. We're gonna drop this in here like this. This is our velocity stack. And we're gonna get our clamp here. And we're gonna tighten this down. Okay, our velocity stack is nice and tightened down. Does not move, perfect. Now we can pre-fit this. The intake should go like this. And this goes in here. Kind of line it up with the hump. Put your thumb in there like that. You can get a clamp in there in a minute. And we're gonna fit this. Should go look like this. Very nice. All right, and then we are going to fit this to our air box here. This has a gasket in it. Just make sure you just clean it up, and it should, just like stock, go in here like this. But we also need to bolt up this in here as well. So it's going to go something like this. And we're going to line up those holes just like that. So give me a second. Okay, once you get everything spun in. Okay. And now I'm just going to do a final little snug down. Just like that. You don't got to kill it. This is plastic. I mean, these are plastic housings. So just like that. And lastly here, okay, now our intake is nearly ready. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a lip on here that this bites on. I might have to turn it out a little bit. Like this, and it'll sit. Okay, I took off the fittings to reinstall it, and it sits just like that. See that little lip there? It sits in there. Now it's nice and flush. I'm gonna put these pins back in. And she is looking good. She's fully installed. Everything looks nice. I didn't even think about that clamp up there, but it's whatever. Now we can drop her in. You see that empty hole here? I think this is where this goes. So, and now we're gonna just drop her in carefully, and line that hole up down here so that it sits in place. Like that, and she will come out like so, and then pull this out. When you get everything fitted, it'll kind of look like this. It seals underneath. It's a pretty damn good seal where the AC line is, and you'll kind of know you got everything lined up properly because it'll sit like that. Let me get a 10 mil in there. Another thing I wanted to mention is it is pretty damn hard to line up that little grommet down there. So I said to hell with it. As long as it's sitting how it's supposed to, it should be fine. Off camera, I installed my new hose clamps. If you buy these from Z1, you can buy hose clamps too. But now this should kind of fit. What we want to do here is line this up. This is our vacuum line. Do not want to not have this. And it should go on like this. And it should also, it has a lot of free play, so we should be good. But so now we're gonna install this here. All right, and with it like that, we're gonna bring this right here and let it go. Boom. All right, and now that will go on like that. It slips on like a glove too. Very nice. And let us reinstall this. Just pre-fitting for the most part. And with that in, this should slip in like this. If you gotta bring it out some, we can do that. If you gotta bring this out some, we can do that too. Alright, now kind of want to flip this and pull down. This is why we have the flex that we have. Very nice. And that sits like a glove, that sits like a glove. And then I can start tightening this bolt down. All right. Lastly, this is our adapter here, and pops right in. Okay, and the final touch is to reinstall our air box. And very nice. So we're all snapped in, we're all bolted down, everything is lined up properly, our sensor is in, our clamps are in, our intake is in, we're tightened down. And okay, you guys, everything is fired up and we're good to go. You are supposed to either disconnect the battery or clear the check engine light to kind of reset the mass airflow sensor. I don't really think I'm gonna have to. If I have any issues, I'll let you guys know. But now we can start her up and see how she sounds. Okay, now that she's running, fill your hand around. check for any leaks anywhere. Everything feels good. Put your finger around, everything's solid. So we're gonna let it run for a few minutes. I'm gonna let it warm up, then we're gonna give you guys some blips. I hope that was some sound clips for you guys. I usually like to install an intake before I put the exhaust because the exhaust is so loud, but you know, you gotta put stuff on the way you get it. My wife gave me a gift, so I put it on. But I hope this video helps you guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time, out. Bye.